Hey guys, how's everyone doing? Today I'm going to be going over this trade that I took on the 20th of January 2026. Yesterday was bank holiday, so I didn't take a trade. This trade did hit break even, so I just wanted to go over why I entered, my reasoning behind the trade, and why I would take this trade any day of the week, even though I literally made like $5 an account on this. So before I start with my analysis, I just want to show my execution so you guys know I did actually enter this. For the guys that care, so there you go. I entered over here, longs, and then over here I got taken out at break even. Cool. Let's go. So we are hovering just above and below drawdown. This might come for TP. I do think it's going to enter TP, but I did enter quite late, so I entered at 11 a.m. 1 hour before New York lunch. So I didn't really want to stay in this trade. If it goes to TP, I don't really care. I followed my plan. Cool. Let's get started. So starting off on the 4 hourly, even now we are pretty bearish, but even if I delete this candle, as you can see, we're following bearish structure. As you can see, we are breaking lower lows, but yeah, even like this new week open gap that we left behind over the weekend, this is not going to instantly turn me bullish. So coming into the session, I was actually pretty bearish. I'll only look to long into this new week open gap if we show bullish structure on the hourly or the 15-minute or even the 4 hour, and I'll show you why I switched my bias to bullish in a second. But as you can see, clear bearish structure. Even coming into the market, we have this higher high, higher low. We are forming some sort of like bullish structure, but nothing was too convincing. I was still pretty bearish. So I think this is New York open over here. So as you can see, we are pretty bearish. I'd want to see this high get broken above, and I'd want to see this hourly fair value gap hold. So coming into the day, as you guys always know, I always set a condition. I would like to draw out a zone and see if it holds or not for me to base my bias off. So going off the 4 hourly, as you can see, we're bearish. On the hourly, however, in my head, I'm thinking, all right, cool. If we, why is it doing this? Or whatever. In my head, I'm like, if we respect this hourly fair value gap, I'm going to stay bearish. But if we close above this or close above 50% of this zone, then I wouldn't mind longing until these highs and this new week open gap, if that makes sense. Because we have a sweep of this low. We also have a 4 hour BPR over here that I wouldn't like. I like these fair value gaps that we could reverse from. So yeah, let's get into price action and why I decided to change my bias halfway through the session. So coming into the session, I'll just play the 15-minute for now. Actually, let me play the 1 minute as well. So I wanted to take shorts initially. So I had this high marked out and I had this high marked out. I wanted to see us come into this hourly fair value gap for me to short out of. Problem is, if I play the 1 hour 1 minute time frame, I was actually looking for shorts. So initially, when we start coming down over here, I knew we were going to come back up because we have to enter this 1 hour fair value gap at least. I wouldn't enter if we just have a sweep of London highs. So I was just waiting. I was waiting. And as you can see, there's nothing to enter off just yet. Still nothing to enter off because we haven't inversed this 1 minute. So I'm still waiting. Still waiting. And at this point, I'm no longer looking at this inverse because in my opinion, if we were truly bearish and if price truly wanted to come down, we should have inversed this fair value gap. As you can see, we pump up in 2 candles and it took us 3 candles to reverse and we didn't even get the full reversal. So I just stopped looking at this fair value gap. I did look at the 2 minute as well. Nothing there. 3 minute, nothing there. So yeah, there was literally no inverse to short of. Over here, actually, I think there was maybe a 5 minute. Oh yeah, here's another problem. As you can see, the 5 minute, I wouldn't short until we inverse this at least, because there's been so many times where on like the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute we inverse, but the 5 minute is a really strong time frame. You guys need to keep that in mind. So I do use the 5 minute to enter, but you need to make sure you look at 5-minute fair value gaps for reversal spots, because we could reverse from the 5-minute just how we did here, and that's how I avoided this loss. Although I was looking for shorts, I had my eye out on the 5-minute, and look what the 5-minute did. It literally bounced us up. There are people that I know that took this 5-minute zone, this 1-minute entry, which I do think is clean, but I don't trade the 5-minute zones. So you could have literally just targeted a 1-2-1. I'm not sure if this works or not, but I didn't take this. I don't trade 5-minute zones. 15-minute minimum for me. I'll have it drawn out just in case it works. I would have probably went break even after we tap. I would have went break even over here, to be honest. And I think my break even would have been tapped. But let's see if it works out. Oh, there we go. Worked perfectly, but yeah. Again, I wouldn't have taken... I didn't take this. I wouldn't have taken this anyway because I would want a 15-minute gap. Anyway, afterwards, let's see. Did we have any more plays? As you can see, I wasn't going to enter this anyway. 2-minute is super wiki. 1 minute is taking way too long. Even if you inverse, I'm not entering this. Like, I would not... Oops. I would not enter this just because it's taking us too long to inverse. It's not displacement. I don't think we're going to continue flushing down. Maybe a little bit, but I can imagine us trying to come back up. Exactly, here you go. Cool. So, remember what I said at the beginning? I was like, I would want to see how we close above this hourly fair value gap on the 1 hour time frame to see if I want to continue longing. So, if I go on the 1 hour time frame, this first 1 hour candle at 10 a.m. is really wicky. Like, we wicked off this 50% zone, so I was still bearish. However, as you can see, the second one that closed at 11 a.m., we basically closed above 50%. And in my opinion, if we're truly bearish, we shouldn't have came up anyway. So I'm starting to shift my bias towards longs now, because we do have good draw up here. That's why I went from bearish to bullish. This is really important to understand. My condition is telling me we should be going bullish now. I think this is something that a lot of you guys struggle to understand, that you can't marry your bias. You can't just fixate your mind on shorts and then look for shorts the whole day, even though you see all these bearish PDAs get disrespected. Another reason why I don't mind looking for longs is because after this hourly fair value gap, there's nothing up here stopping us from coming down. Look, unless you trade order blocks, but who the hell cares about order blocks? All these low resistance liquidity, and I wouldn't look at anything lower anyway for gaps. So now I went from bearish to bullish. I'm looking for longs. Now, if you guys have been watching my videos, what I look to long off is 15-minute fair value gaps. And if you look over here, as you can see, after we displaced above this hourly fair value gap, so now I'm bullish, we formed this 15-minute gap. Let me clear all this noise off, so it's super easy for you guys to understand what I'm doing here. So for a continuation play, I'll draw this 15-minute fair value gap out, and all I'm waiting for is for us to come down into here and maybe give me an entry to continue going up. So let's see what price did. If I play price action. Alright, there we go. We've tapped into this 15-minute fair value gap. I want to see how we react now. So another thing you need to keep in mind is I don't usually trade past 11:30, but I saw us coming towards draw. Direction was clear. We had a clean entry. We had a good retracement. Now, I saw us dip down. I've got my eye on this 1-minute fair value gap at the moment. There's nothing else presenting itself to me. So I'm probably waiting for that to inverse. See what happens. We entered into this gap as well. As you can see, the 15-minute, it ruined the close. But if I play a few candles, forgot exactly why I entered off. But price seems to be messing around. We get a re-sweep. And then, there you go. Do you see how we were coming down so slow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 candles to come down, something like that. And then in one bullish candle, we erase all of that bearish momentum. This is what I call true displacement. This is exactly what you need to see before you enter any trades. Now, I didn't enter yet, because as you can see, we're still holding this 1 minute. I would want to wait for us to displace above this. And as you can see, the next candle does that. What do I do next? I go into the 2 minute. As you can see, we've displaced above on the 2 minute. So this is a valid entry over here. I'll go on to the 3 minute. The 3-minute closed right here, so that's valid for me. I go into the 5-minute, and as you can see, it displays above here. So this is also a valid entry for me. So what I did is after we inverse this 5-minute gap right here, I was like, alright, I pressed my buy button right here. The reason I like this trade is because we're coming out of the 15-minute fair value gap and we have a really clean break-even spot, which is this high right here. Break even. Now, for targets, you can target this new week open gap, but I'm not greedy. I'd like this hourly high that we have sitting right here, but I put my TP slightly above it because I wanted a 121 RR. You could aim for this, but whatever. Yesterday was bank holiday. I missed out on a banger trade yesterday. There was some clean longs that I didn't take, but it's bank holiday. It's part of my rules to not trade on holidays. And I'm like copying all my funded accounts over, so it's kind of scary when you've got so much capital and you're just entering trades on them. So 121s, I'm happy. This is my entry. Let's see. Right here. So if I just play price, I think this is where the 5-minute closed. So this is where I entered, yeah. And then all I'm waiting for is either I get taken out right here for like $400, I'm not too sure, across all my accounts, or we hit this break even and I get to move my stop loss to break even. So if I play a few candlesticks, there you go. Price smashed my break even spot. So I'll put my stop loss to break even so I can't lose any more money. Then I'm literally waiting a few points higher. I think I was up like so much, like $300 per account, or like just above that over all my funded accounts. I wanted this TP, but as you can see, unfortunately, price did not want to come to the draw. Didn't really make sense to me. Why? Because ES didn't take the high either. I had my alert set on ES. You know what it is. Can't really do much about the market if it's trying to mess around. I think over here I almost got taken out, and then right there I got taken out at break even. And let's see what's happening now. I do think we are going to continue coming up, but again, I got taken out this trade at break even, so I can't win money or lose money. Let's see what price is doing now. Oh, still chopping around. Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not in this trade, to be honest, because as you can see, I entered here and it's been an hour and we're roughly at the same price. I do again believe we're going to come higher, but when price is swinging left, right, I don't want to be in it. And I think the reason price is swinging like this is because, as you can see, yesterday was a blank holiday. Today there's absolutely no news. Tomorrow we have Trump speaking probably about the China tariffs, so that will be interesting. I want to hear what he says. Hopefully that brings volatility into the market. Rest of the news across the week is just dead. But when the week is this dry, usually the day that has no news, I don't expect too much anyway. So I was de-risking anyway. I wasn't risking too much, like $300 across all my accounts to $350. Might have been $4, but yeah, hopefully we get better price action. I was meant to drop a video yesterday on an introduction to trading, covering all the misconceptions about trading, but I didn't really get the time. I'll look to do that this weekend or maybe next weekend. But yeah, I should be doing a market recap every single day of the week, so stay tuned for that. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Take care.